Hey out there. It's been like 5 days. Starting to get withdrawals from making a video. So listen, I'm in Keyport, New Jersey. I just got an update through the MLS saying that there was a new listing. It caught my eye because it's fourplex. That means there's 4 units on one piece of property. And for anybody that's interested in real estate investing, or whoever has invested in real estate, this is a sweet deal when you get more than 1 unit on the same piece of property. And then when you have 4 units or less, you can use regular conventional financing. Once you go above 4 and you get into 5 and more, you got to go into commercial. So anyway, this caught my eye. The price is kind of high. However, taking into consideration this market, and there's not too much out there right now, it's probably going to sell. The price is $449,000. And I ran numbers. I got the taxes, the insurance. I ran numbers for the principal and interest and taxes and everything else on it. So let me take a quick ride by, and then I'll give you all the numbers. Well, before I drive by, this is the graveyard on the way over there. I think I did a little bit of partying over there when I was in high school. So that's it right there, the gray. It's actually 2 separate buildings with 2 units each. I don't want to make a spectacle of myself because I think all the units are rented. This is the surrounding area. That's a side view. So it's 2 separate units with 2 units in each one. I think each one is 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. So I'm not going to knock the place, but you know, it could use some sprucing up. It doesn't have a lot of curb appeal. However, let me tell you the numbers on this place and the reason why, even in a hot market like this, if somebody wanted to move into one of the units and rent the other 3 units out, what it would look like if you were an investor and you were going in and you want to buy this as an investment. I'm going to give you a couple different numbers. So I don't have my whiteboard, so I found a scrap piece of paper and jotted some stuff down. Over to the left, I have $449 purchase price, and then I put down what you would need for a down payment. At 5%, you need $23,000. Or FHA, 3.5% down, you need about $16,000. These are round numbers. The numbers that I got off of the MLS states that the total rent for all 4 units equals up to $4,600 a month. So I took one of the units, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I took right off the top, $1,100. So let's just say you have $3,500 coming in. Now over here, oh, don't mind me. I was doing some spackling. But over here, I don't know why I put that. I ran numbers at a 3% mortgage. So a 3% interest rate. I came up with $1,550 principal and interest. Now I made a star next to that next column, taxes, $362, because those taxes sound low, $4,300 a year. I'm going off of the tax records. That's what they have it at. However, I don't know if everybody knows this, but these are taxes from 2019, so Keyport didn't catch up with the property values in the town yet, or at least on this property. There's a good chance 2020 they're going to remain $4,300. But once the records go through and show this place selling for $449,000 and it's assessed at, I don't know, $190, your taxes are probably going to go up. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. Back to my very professional scrap piece of paper. So you see over here, so I got the $1,550 PI, right? I got the $4,300 taxes, $362 a month. In the ad, in the MLS, it also said that the landlord pays for the gas and the water and the sewer. That totals up to $3,000 a year, so that's why I got $250 there. I estimated $250 mortgage insurance, whether you go with a conventional or FHA. It might be a little bit higher, it might be a little bit lower, but it's pretty accurate. They got $2,400 a year insurance. Now that sounds kind of high. However, let's leave it like that. So I got $2,600 all in PITI, including gas and water. And I have, if you could see up here, if you lived in one of the units, you'd be collecting $3,500. So what does that mean? You know what it means, but I want it to be dramatic. That means that you can move into this place. You could live in one of the 2-bedroom, 1-bath units, rent the other 3 places out, and not only not have a mortgage payment, but make $900 a month. Is that exciting? It's pretty exciting to me. Now, you can live in a place for a year. If it's not your cup of tea, you got to at least sign something when you go in for the mortgage that you're going to occupy the premises as your primary residence. That applies for 1 year, so you really should stay there for a year if you want to be completely legit. I don't know if sometimes people out there are like, well, what's this Harry so excited about this real estate for? And this is a hot market. This property is overpriced, in my opinion, and yet you could still kick butt on this. So for any realtors out there that don't know this, like angle to go, like if you got a first-time home buyer out there, or you got a single person out there that's limited in funds as far as, what the max is that can go for a mortgage. Let's say you got a couple out there looking for the first house, or a single person that's maxed out from the mortgage company at, I don't know, $250,000, $300,000. They might qualify for this. As a matter of fact, they probably would, because the mortgage company is going to take the other rent into consideration and jack up their income. So they'd probably qualify for $450,000 on this deal. So is it an angle that everybody wants to go? Not necessarily. You got people that want to go out there and want to get a single family house and put a white picket fence around it and call it home. And I understand that. But there are some people out there that are like, well, with today's interest rates, let's just say below 3%, I could live for free, and make $900 a month. I think this might be for me. Now, that's only one way to go with this. This isn't really my cup of tea as far as coming out of pocket as an investor to buy this, because if you could find an investor loan, you'd probably still have to come up with 20% down. So 20% down on this, let's just say $90,000 plus closing costs and everything else. So let's just say you're all in for $100,000 on this as an investment property. Now, your interest rate's not going to be premium like it would be if you were going to live in the property, but interest rates are still great. If you get down close to 3% on this, your mortgage is going to be less. You're not going to have your mortgage insurance in there because you're coming up with 20% down. What would your return be on an outlay of $100,000? Well, you wouldn't be living in one of them, so there's another $1,100. So there's $2,000 from the numbers I ran. So if the rent is $4,600 a month, and your mortgage, so I came up with $2,600 PITI, which is including $250 mortgage insurance, which wouldn't be there because you're coming up with 20% down, and then that $1,550 PI would actually be lower. The thing is, I can't turn off the camera and then run numbers again, so I forgot about how to do this. Anyway. So let's just say instead of the $2,600 PITI as an investment property, it's really closer to $2,000. You can make like $2,500, $2,600 a month on this. Let's just say for simplicity, you make $2,500 a month on this one piece of property, 4 units, and you came up with $100,000 for down payment and closing costs. That's a 25% return right there without taking all the other stuff into consideration. Because if you watched any of the other videos, there's a couple other bennies of buying real estate. You got the depreciation, you got the appreciation, you got the tax benefits and everything else, but not getting into that. You make $25,000 a year on your $100,000. I don't know where you're getting that kind of a return. And I'm only going to say this one more time, but this isn't a hot market, seller's market. Imagine when this market turns around, because it will eventually turn around. There's cycles. So anyway, if anybody's out there looking for a piece of property that they don't have to pay anything for as far as monthly, might be a property for you. Or as an investor, you want to get into it with pretty safe return